What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redman here with episode number 6 of the Belgian Delight series. I have now finished the season, or the regular season anyway. We're now in the playoffs again. So what we'll do is, guys, we'll have a look at some stuff. We've done a couple of transfers, mainly out again, but we do have one in, or one coming in. You may be able to see that on the screen there. Finance-wise, we are doing shocking, I have to be honest. And then we'll go into the fixtures. So we'll go into the transfers first. So as you can see here, guys, we didn't bring anyone in. However, a couple did go out on loan. 2 more went out on loan. Clement David went to turn out on loan for the season, and Juninho went to turn out on loan for the season as well. And the biggest one was for Terminum, I think is how you say it. Went to Anderlecht for 475,000. He was worth about 20. They put a bid in, and I tried to ward him off with a bit of a hiked up bid, but they came back in to give me 475,000 up front. So that's another good bit of business for us here. We sold 2 players for just over 600,000. They've actually been 18, not even 18. Sorry, they're 16. Says there's a minor interest from me. That's not actually true. The main reason for that is I've actually got that on him on the short list. I've basically got anyone where there's clauses is on my short list, as you can see. So we got Tom de Sutter, who went before the game started. 20% of this transfer fee will be owed to us. So he's been going up in price as well, which is pretty decent. For Timmerman, Anderlecht have agreed to play friendly against me, and I get 20%. For recent Verbecki, who I sold to Anderlecht as well, another friendly, 20%. Though it does say that, well, it's slightly different here actually. Verbecki is 20% of profit made on his next transfer, so they have to sell him for more than 180,000, and if they do, I will get 20% of whatever it is, of the profit that is. So it's not that great. Timmerman is 20% of his next transfer fee, whatever they sell him for. The only clause going out is 15% of a transfer fee will go to Ben Williams if I sell him. I don't think I will, to be honest. That's the transfers going out. None in, but as you can see, we've got 1 coming in. I have to be honest, guys, I'm really happy about this one. Anyone who played football or played management games will hopefully have heard the PS or the PlayStation game, the LMA Manager, which I think was probably the first management game I can remember. Maybe Premier Manager actually was, to be fair, I can't remember. But on LMA Manager, there's always 2 players in Belgium you always looked for. One of them is now Man City's captain, Vincent Kompany, but the other person was this guy, Anthony van den Bora. He was always very good on it as well, and I've actually got him on a pre-contract agreement from Anderlecht. I saw him on there, made a bid, and I surprisingly could afford his wages. I'm not quite sure how that happened. It's possible it's because it's an end of season one, but I put the bid in. I didn't actually realise it was end of season, but I'm not too fussed about that, to be fair. I've got, as far as I'm concerned, a very decent player to shore up my sense, well, anywhere across the right side and middle. So I'm probably going to go on right back, to be fair, by the looks of that. So that's it for transfer wise. Finances are shocking. 1.3 million in debt. At the end of the season I will be 1.2. So not great. However, I'm going to see if I can find it, but there's no guarantees. A takeover has been set up. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but there's basically a takeover being put in place at the moment. So I believe there's a transfer embargo on me. I don't actually know, to be fair. It's happened. Whoops, no, don't want to do that. It's happened quite a few times, to be honest with you. There's been the potential of it. It's not actually happened since, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Surprisingly, they're actually quite happy with signing Jason Roberts, which is interesting. So finances wise, as you can see, is pretty shocking. We're just not really making enough money, I don't think, to be honest with you. As you can see, I've only got one kit sponsorship. They've not actually got another one to replace the old one. So hopefully that'll happen at the end of the season, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's it for all those details, guys. We'll go into the fixtures now. So this was my last game. 3-0 home win against KV Kodrich. The second half has gone pretty decent up to the first. Couldn't really get any worse than the first, to be honest with you. But we'll have a look at these guys. We'll have a look at the details now, guys. Start off with a 3-1 defeat against Zulte Waregem. Jens Nassines put in 1-0 up in the second minute. Duda made it 2 in the 16th. We gave ourselves a bit of a chance by pulling one back just before half time through Tim Smolders. However, in the second half, Bailey, I think is how you say it, scored for Zulte to make it 3-1 to give them the win. Convincing win as well. 16-5 in their favour. They had 6 on target to my 1, and they had 54% possession. We then went on a bit of a run. We started off with a 2-2 draw home to Liers. Bit disappointing because I was 2-0 up. Frederick Boy put us 1-0 up in the 19th minute, and we were 1-0 up at half time. 10 minutes into the second half, Joey Goodday put Cercle 2-0 up. However, Liers pulled one back through Kostadin Hazarov just 2 minutes later, and that was a cost us as Dolly Menga pulled Liers level with just 7 minutes to go to give it a 2-2 draw. 19 shots to 16 in my favour. I had 7 on target to their 6, and I had 57% possession. We then won 1-0 at Charleroi. Lucas Vanino goal, 20 minutes from time, giving us the only goal of the game and the win. 10 shots to 5 in Charleroi favour. We had 3 each on target, and they had 51% possession. We then had the big 2 in Belgium. We drew 2-2 as standard. Michi Batshai, I think is how I say it. No, that's equalised for standard after Arne Nauts actually put us 1-0 up in the 5th minute. Just before half time, when Jan Gabia put the standard 2-1 up, and then 7 minutes after half time, Joey Goodday equalised for us to give us a point. I had Steph Wills injured actually in the 12th minute, and then Arne Nauts was injured on the 20th. 17 shots to 8 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 4, and they had 55% possession. We then followed that up with a 3-3 draw at Anderlecht. Arne Nauts put us 1-0 up in the 14th minute. Frederick Boy made it 2-0 in the 18th minute. And then just 3 minutes later, Andy Najjar equalised for Anderlecht. In the second half, we then had Frederick Boy score again. Surprise, surprise. 6 minutes later, Sami Armenteros pulled Anderlecht level. I think I said the Najjar equalised by a minute. Armand pulled one back. Armenteros actually equalised for Anderlecht. However, 3 minutes later, Arne Nauts put us 3-2 up. But with 7 minutes to go, Matthias Suarez pulled Anderlecht level, and unfortunately we had Joey Goodday injured in the 90th minute. 30 shots to 12 in Anderlecht's favour. They had 12 on target to my 6, and they had 54% possession. So to come away with a point, we've actually done really well. We then had our best results so far on the file. 4-1 win at home to one of our rivals, Ostende. Frederick Boy put us 1-0 up in the 3rd minute. Lucas Vanino made it 2 on the 26th minute, and we went in 2-0 up at half time. Just after the hour mark, Eno got his 2nd of the game to make it 3-1. In the 82nd minute, Jonathan Wilmette pulled one back for Ostende, but was too little too late, and then to round off, Vanino scored to make it 4-1 and complete his hat trick. It was 13 shots to 2 in my favour. I had 7 on target to their 2, and I had 66% possession, so I was really happy with that. And that was the final game before the break. We lost 4-0 to 18-16 Munich in the friendly, and then 3-1 to Leverkusen. Stan Prout, a youngster, scoring for us. Prout was actually the subject of a bid from Anderlecht just before during January's transfer window. They after someone else as well, but they withdrew from a bid. I bumped up the bid again. I drew 1-1 with newly promoted STVV in the first game back. Thiebat Van Aker put us 1-0 up in the 56th minute, but with just 17 minutes to go, Guide to 4 equalised to give us a point, or give them a point. 10 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 2. We had 50% possession. We then did our first ever Bruges derby win, beating Club 3-0. Junior Kabanga put us 1-0 up in the 11th minute. Steph Wills made it 2 in the 15th, and we were 2-0 up at half time. That was marred there by a Frederick Boy injury just before half time. And then Dennis De Kegel, with 8 minutes to go, rounded off the victory to give us a 3-0 win. Whoops. It was 15 shots to 10 in Club's favour. I had 8 on target to their 7, and they had 56% possession. It's gone down a little bit downhill from here on in. We lost 4-1 at Mons. Then Stein Husgames put them 1 up in the 8th minute. Jeremy Sapina made it 2-0 in the 25th. And just before half time, Vazumizi Nioni made it 3-0 to Mons. So it was pretty much all over at half time. The Mons actually made it 4 just after half time through Hesgimes again. Dennis De Kegel did pull one back for us, but it's far too late. 12 shots to 14 in my favour. They had 9 on target to my 5, and I had 54% possession. We then lost 3-1 at home to Genk. Junior Kabanga did put us 1-0 up. However, Benji De Queller made it 1-1 just 7 minutes after we took the lead. 10 minutes after that, pretty much De Queller made it 2-1, and we went in 2-1 down at half time. Matos then made it 3-1 for Genk with just 5 minutes gone in the second half. 15 shots to 10 in their favour. They had 10 on target to my 4, and they had 56% possession. We then lost 3-0 at Ghent. Ricardo Cazorla made it 1-0 to them in the 15th minute. Just before half time, Yassini El Ghanassi made it 2, and then with 20 minutes to go, Brett de Jager made it 3-0 to give Ghent the win. It's 15 shots to 7 in their favour. They had 7 on target to my 3, and they had 52% possession. We did end that losing streak by beating bottom of the table KV Mechelen 3-0. Sheldon Batale was sent off for them just after 10 minutes. It took us till 10 minutes before half time through Junior Kabanga to take the lead. Arne Naut scored just after the hour mark to make it 2, and then Frederick Boy completed the score in the 90th minute to make it 3-0. 13 shots to 5 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 1, and I had 57% possession. We then lost 1-0 at OH Laverne, our bogey side on this. Well, I say the bogey side, most of them are bogey sides on this. Obi Owele was the only goal scored of the game in the 27th minute to give them the win. It's 14 shots to 6 in their favour. They had 3 on target to my 2, and they had 53% possession. We then managed to take a 1-1 draw from the game against Lokaren. A Christophe De Haen goal in the 43rd minute, giving us the lead. Frederick Boy was again injured just on a strike of half time. However, a Nail De Pau goal on a strike of full time pulled Lokaren level and gave them a point. It's 13 shots each. I had 8 on target to their 6, and they had 51% possession. And then in the final game of the regular season, we lost 1-0 against KV Kodrich. A Romain Renard goal in the 6th minute, the only goal of the game, to give them points going into the end of the season. 9 shots to 3 in their favour. We both had 1 each on target, and they had 61% possession. So league wise, we finished, I think it was 13th. Yep, 13th, 31 points. Gave us position to get into the Europa League playoffs. So again, it's Anderlecht, Standard, Genk, Ghent, Vergen, and OH Laverne who are in the Championship playoffs. Europa's Club Brugge, Mons, STVV, KV Kortrijk, Lokeren, Charleroi, Ostende, and ourselves. And then the relegation is Liège against Mechelen, and obviously Liège get a 3-point head start. As you guys may have noticed in the fixtures, we have KV Kortrijk, Mons, and Lokeren. We've not had a great success against them, to be fair, this season. Coverage, I've won 1, lost 1. Mons, I think I've lost both. Yeah, I'm getting hammered 4-1 both games. And Lokeren, I drew and I think lost probably. Can't actually see him. Oh, actually I drew 1-1 both times. So that's Group B. Group A. Charleroi Club Ostende and STVV. So obviously guys, all to those people that are just watching this for the first time, playoffs work as follows in the Europa League: home and away for the group stages. Winners go through to a semi-final over 2 legs. The winner will then go through to a final and play, I believe it's 5th in a home and away series, and then the winner of that will take the final Europa League place. So that's how the season's gone, guys. One thing I will show you, which I've only just noticed, is one of my coaches. Recognise this name, guys? That's right, it is the actual Michael Ballack, because I did notice quite a few messages coming up with the fact of him checking stuff out. Had a look, he is 38, and if you have a look as well, he's been at Chelsea, Bayern, Leverkusen, Kaiserslautern, and obviously Chelsea, so that is him. So didn't realise I actually had him on the actual coaching staff, but it's quite interesting. Couple of coaches, physio. I don't have many staff, to be fair, I've got to be honest. Scouts are both English. Quite a few English players keep getting mentioned actually from my scouting and stuff like that. What we'll do, guys, we'll just have a look at some stats for players. Again, for us, not much. Those shots on target ratio, Vanino's got 60%, Frederick Boy's got 58%. My leading goal scorer is, I believe, Kabanga, I think. I'm not actually sure who it is. And it is, oh my god, it's not. It's Frederick Boy with 9. He's on 9, and I've got Arnie Notes on 6, and we've got quite a few on 4 after that. Vanino scored a hat-trick, obviously Junior Kabanga and Good Day, who got 4 each as well. Obviously, as you can see, Vanino's injured for first 2-3 games maybe, and then we've got Hans Cornelis, who's suspended. It's a fantastic start to the section there. But that is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe, would appreciate it all. Tune in next time for a Europa League playoff special. So hopefully we can have a decent group stage again. Who knows, we may be able to qualify. I have to admit, I doubt it. I think it will be Coverage, I think, as I say. Is it Coverage? Quadricha Mons. More likely Mons, to be fair, I'd say, to go through. But you never know. But that's it for this episode, guys. Tune in next time, like I say. But until then, as always, take it steady.